Hey guys, it's Lauren here, checking in with you today to share a little bit out of the ordinary layout. The last couple of videos I've been sharing on my channel, I've just been a little bit, out of sorts, probably exploring a different sort of creative side to me, sort of just having trouble placing things and really just wanting to play. And I think this layout here is an extension of that, and boy oh boy am I having some creative fun, even though it seems to be my scrapbooking seems to be evolving into something else, and I'm just going with it. I'm just having fun, and here's another layout for that process. So this layout I'm creating for the Hip Kit Club, and I have been asked to create a layout that highlights a bit of a holiday tradition, like something that you celebrate at this time of year, and also just to be a little bit inspired by the latest mood board, which is all Christmassy. So these two themes really came together easily. As you can see, I've done a little bit of fussy cutting with the photos. My little girl's just popping in there to check out her photos. And I thought, when these are my daughter's professional dance photos that happen every year, and I thought it would be fun to turn them into like a bit of a poppet. And she certainly has. Well, this is a fun one for her. This is a fun one for her to have a giggle at her dance photos, which often I find are really tricky to scrapbook because they're usually done on a black background, and I struggle with having these really strong, heavy photos, especially when my scrapbooking I tend to lean towards light colours and pastels and softs, and I usually have a white paper as a background, so I find them a bit tricky. But I thought this is a fun way where I can incorporate my kind of style and create a fun layout for her, highlighting her annual dance photos. So our tradition every year is my little girl dances and works hard all year to grow her hobby and grow her love of dance. And so every year our dance school puts on a annual concert, which happens in the first week of December. And this concert I'm muddling my words. It was the Babes in Toyland concert. So past years have been the Polar Express and Wizard of Oz. So they're all wonderful classic concerts that I buy tickets for my family to enjoy. So the grandparents come along, other, close family members come along, and we all have a wonderful night watching this beautiful production where Katie gets to dance and it's wonderful. So we look forward to that every year. And so I thought I would highlight this little tradition using the November kits. My December kit hasn't arrived yet, but I can't wait, because all those exclusive Christmas products I think are just going to be so fabulous to work in, and I'm going to certainly love taking my camera out this Christmas and capturing some photos, having those products in mind that I'll get to sit down and delight in. So here you can see I've just played with a mixed media background using all those beautiful Shimmers products. I gessoed my page beforehand, knowing that I was probably going to be putting a lot of liquid on this layout, and as you can see I've dried off some sections. It's not been too bad, but having a layer of clear gesso or gesso, just normal white gesso, always makes a big difference when using mixed media products. You will see my page slightly buckle a little, but I guarantee when it's dry, it sort of settles down, and it all works out just fine. So I thought I would grab those fabulous stencils that were in the November colour kit, and these ones are by Heidi Swap, and how sweet and pretty is that little polka dot there. I've used this stencil about 3 times, and I'm feeling now that it's sort of had its life, but I'll keep pushing it a little bit further, because I just love how sweet those little polka dots are. But then the beauty of these stencils that come in this little set is that I can, once it's had its life of stenciling, I'm just going to layer it up and use it as part of a scrapbooking page. So it really has a double bonus there. Look at that. How sweet does that look? Sweetness and my daughter certainly go hand in hand, so I couldn't have asked for better polka dots there. So just drying that off with my heat gun. The product I've used is Whip Spackle by Faber-Castell. I love this product. It seems to be a little bit flexible and forgiving, and it seems to have a texture about it that means that I can be a little bit rough on my stencils and it won't seep under the edge. So really easy to use, and I thoroughly recommend, if you can pick yourself up a bottle of that, definitely do. If not, any old texture paste will do. Just be mindful not to force your texture paste too hard across your stencil, as it will seep under the edges a little on certain stencils. So I had a bit of an idea in mind with this layout. I was playing with these gorgeous acetate pieces that are an exclusive in the November kit, and they're stunning, and I've had them there sitting there looking at me for since I've had the kits, but I've created probably maybe 5 or 6 layouts of this, and I just had a phone call and I've just had to end that quickly. I've had 5 or 6 layouts created with the November kits, and each time I was creating, I grabbed my vellum, like these accent pieces, and I thought, am I going to use them? No, I don't. I just felt that I wanted a layout where I could really feature these. And so this was the layout. This is where I thought I am going to have fun and feature these gorgeous embellishments all over this layout. And the beauty of them is that you'll get doubles of each of the accent pieces in the kit. Well, almost them. I didn't go through the whole packet, but I knew as grabbing them out, I was finding doubles of everything. So I was able to create this sort of mirroring effect on my layout, sort of which centralized my photos and sort of highlighted them off a bit more. I just use a wet glue to adhere my acetate pieces. I think that one's called Glossy Accents. It's a Ranger product. Now, you will see it slightly through the acetate pieces. I'm not one to worry about that. Certainly, if that really bothers you, definitely find an alternative adhesive. I'm pretty sure there are some adhesives out there that work under vellum and acetate that don't go shine through. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what that is because I don't mind adhesive shining through. Really, the joy is in the process for me, and those little things I tend not to be too fussy about. So Google it, or sort of maybe ask your other scrappy friends if that's something that you're looking for, because I do believe there's a product out there. I just can't rack my brain as to what that is to let you guys know that. But anyway, so her little legs were sort of dangling there in mid-space. So I wanted a way to kind of sort of platform them, like, so it wasn't just sort of she was floating and not standing on something. So I thought I would use some of my offcuts up and a cute little scalloped edge. I apologise for that. You wouldn't believe my beautiful 19-year-old has gone on a mountain biking adventure with his father to Canberra, which is probably 6 hours from my home. They've had a wonderful time, but he's ended up in hospital, and he's had surgery this morning, and it's been quite an adventure, and it's been really hard for me as a mum to remain 6 hours away, even though I know he's in safe hands with his father. I'm finding it a little bit tricky. So even sort of plucking up the courage to do this voiceover this morning's been a bit tricky for me, because I am a little bit worried about him as he's had to go into some surgery. But we're hoping he'll be okay. But hence why my phone is not on silent and it's dinging and carrying on, because family are calling and checking on him as well. It's certainly not. It is serious because he's in hospital, but it's certainly not life-threatening at all, and he will be okay. But it's just not a nice feeling not being with your babies when they're in hospital. So I'm sorry about the dinging if it keeps going, but I know family keep trying to call to get updates on what's happening with him. And so send a prayer out into the world for my son at the moment. If you're that way inclined, that would be lovely. So here I am. As you saw, I've platformed those. I've just created those little clusters with the scalloped edge there, just to sort of give her a bit of a platform. And as you can see, her little legs aren't floating off into space anymore. It seems to sort of ground her a little. I was also mindful that I'm going to have a heading, and I wanted to put some other further little embellishments on. So I knew that's kind of floating effect, which kind of makes it look a little bit weird and funny, would be compensated by having that journaling, the heading, and some added little feature embellishments there. So as you can see, I was really lucky. These photos, we had 2 photos where her head was turning in, so it was really great to put them on the sides with her looking in to feature those 2 photos where she's looking directly at the camera. So I have if you're going to have a little play with an idea like this, or have a little photo shoot with your children or loved ones, then have a little go at doing a profile shot as well, either side, so you can sort of create that effect of really looking in and focusing on those 2 forward-facing images there. So I thought the title Congrats would be perfect for this. Congratulations not only on the concert, but another wonderful year of dance. And we do look forward to the next year and watching her growth and progression as she moves through those different stages. I'm so proud of her. I never danced as a child, so this whole industry is certainly challenging for me. But I have to say I've mastered the ballet bun now, so I'm really proud of myself. Oh dear. Anyway, these are the fun things. I was more the sporty type. I was hoping I was going to be the netball coach, but no, I'm going to be the dance mum, which is lovely. She's getting a little interest in basketball now too, thankfully, which is sort of is a little bit more down my alley, my comfort zone, but I'm getting through. I'm getting through the dance mum stuff as well with a lovely group of ladies. So there you have it. I've just popped the title on, and I've this gorgeous little piece of ephemera out of the exclusive ephemera pack that says Life's Little Moments was perfect as a little banner to sort of weave in and under that title. And I couldn't, as soon as I saw those sweet little hearts, they had to pop on top of that banner just to, scream that I love you. I had this the gold punchy title there, and when you have a big title like that, it's nice to sort of balance it off with another couple of those little elements. So I grabbed those little leaves that were part of that thicker set, and I've just popped them in under there to sort of just balance it a little. These gorgeous, once again, exclusive clear stickers are perfect for, I just wanted to sort of not be shy away from the black. I think we can easily not want to put black on our layouts, but I knew she was in black. She's in black and white, and I just wanted to add a little bit of a black element there. Looking at it now when as I was doing it, I was looking and I thought it's a little uneven, and I wanted to offset it with another clear sticker up in another corner to sort of balance that out a bit as well. But there wasn't anything jumping out at me on that clear sticker sheet that would do that. Well, it's a beautiful sticker sheet, but there wasn't anything I quite, hit home on that sticker sheet. So you'll see me having a little think about that as I've just taken some time to do some journaling. Usually I write directly onto my layouts, which I'm not frightened of. I am a firm believer that your handwriting, regardless of whether it's nice or not, should be on your layouts. But I was aware that I had done that beautiful little intricate polka dot there, which would make sort of an interesting effect to my handwriting if I wrote on top of those. So I came up with a solution just to add some little strips of white cardstock there and journal on the top and give that little journaling feature there, which is really important to share on all your layouts, a little feature spot there. And it also helps balance out that Kiss Cuddle next to it as well there. I was still pondering at this time that little black clear sticker is a little bit too heavy for that spot, and I come up with a solution of using one of the little ephemera pieces out of that exclusive kit to sort of hide it a little bit more. So it still gave me that little bit of black that I wanted, but wasn't so punchy, and you can still tell that it was the Kiss Cuddles. So there you have it. I've got used the glossy accents to adhere my little strips. They were super tiny and thin, and I was really glad that I was using my fine tip. I think it was like a 0.1 or 2 there to be able to journal on that. So I encourage you to pick up some different size black pens. Just, when you're at your local shop, sometimes it's good for little moments like this as well. So there you go. See, I've just softened that Kiss Cuddle there with that little embellishment. And at this point I'm feeling, I think this layout's done. And I really love it. My little girl loves it. She just really delighted in it. And I hope that you have a little bit of a photo shoot fun and create a layout using cutout figurines of your children or loved ones or pets, and just give it a go, because I certainly had a good time. All right, guys, take care. Happy scrapping. Bye.